What things can you consider when picking the best possible monitor? Terrific for tuning in. Today we're going to look at the ASUS Designo curved monitor, the MX38VL 37.5 inch display with a 21:9 aspect ratio. And also very nice about this particular monitor is that it gives you so much space, and as you can see here, even has an IPS panel as designated. And IPS panels always very nice to have because better viewing angles in my opinion and better colors in my opinion on average. And another important consideration, just to give you a quick overview here in the sidecar, you can see usually if you're shopping for a display you have different aspect ratios such as 16:9, then a little bit wider, the 21:9, that's what we have here actually, and the 32:9. With this 21:9, as you can see, I also put below the normal inch sizes. That's an exceptionally large one. You also will find 21:9 aspect ratio curved monitors that are a little bit smaller. So this gives you some extra space. On the back, you have a variety of inputs such as 2 HDMI as showcased here, a display port, and even the USB-C. And the USB-C, very useful, for example, if you also want, besides maybe using it for gaming or productivity tasks, to connect to your workstation, you can also use the USB-C here for a notebook. I have a MacBook Pro here, which we're going to test, and yeah, this is very nice because it actually charges. You just plug in the USB-C, you get the graphic signal over there, and it charges your notebook. And as you can see, guys, this is a really massive display. And also one thing I noticed is it had this Qi wireless charging function, which all in all gives you this massive display with a lot of features, which we're going to unbox right now. So very easy to take out of the box. It comes already pre-assembled, so you don't have to put the monitor stand on there. Just put this maybe off to the side somewhere. Get this big massive box out of the way, and next you can just grab it, put it onto your desk at the desired location. Here in my case, I'm walking there from behind, and then remove carefully all this packaging, and we are ready to go. First cable we find is the DisplayPort cable. That's where I would connect my main workstation / gaming computer. Then next up we have the HDMI, and as I told you before, that would be great if you have a streaming box like Amazon or Apple TV. I'm going to test this as well for the streaming box. And last but not least, always nice to have the USB-C connection. Terrific. I tested the ASUS Designo monitor for a couple of days, and so far I'm very positively surprised. I especially like the crisp colors of the MX38VC ASUS monitor. And one thing again to point out, this is a 21:9 aspect ratio, and as you can see in the side card, when you have a 21:9 aspect ratio, you sometimes have the 34 inch, but this ASUS is even a 37.5 inch, and basically what that means, you have a little bit space approximately like this here at the side extra, and a little bit also at the bottom extra. It really adds up, and I prefer these bigger 21:9s. Another interesting feature is this key charging station. Obviously you need to make sure you have a phone that supports that, but very nice. You can put your phone there and charge with up to 15 watts if I'm not mistaken. Another thing I would like to point out is that this is featured with the Harman Kardon sound internally, and I actually did some listening, and yeah, I mean, it works really great. Obviously it cannot compete with like if you have like real big speakers, but the mids and the highs and the soundstage, very pleasant. Also very great for productivity tasks. So this monitor, awesome colors, and you see how much space there is still left. You can use a browser window, maybe work on your paper, and you still have some extra space. As expected, it works both in office tasks extremely well, and it works in gaming extremely well. Now, I tested this with the Titanfall, a game I really enjoyed. And let's pick up this time jump device right here, that wrist mounted time jump device, where you can now jump back into the past, and 21:9, always super immersive. If you have never used the 21:9, I can only recommend it. And to progress into this laboratory, obviously there is a barrier, but I can time jump, and by time jumping, enter deeper and deeper into the lab. Normally the 21:9 inch monitors, they have the, let me show this to you in the sidecar, the 34 inch. But this ASUS Designo is better because it has 37.5 inch, and it gives you some extra space at the top and some extra space at the side, as I pointed out earlier. And although it might not look much at the store, to have this extra space at the top and at the side, it adds up, and you have the higher resolution, which, I mean, you see it looks really crisp, the colors are awesome. So if you go for a 21:9, my recommendation, check out the, let me show it to you again, the 37.5 inches if you have the budget for it versus the 34 inch. Those are usually even better. So with that, let's jump to the conclusion. Awesome, and what is my conclusion about this ASUS Designo curved monitor? A very nice 21:9 aspect ratio monitor from ASUS, a little bit of a premium product. Guys, I really have to say, I really do enjoy this monitor a lot, simply because it's the 21:9 aspect ratio. And as I pointed out to you here in the side card, it's not the normal 21:9 in 21:9 aspect ratio in the normal inch size, but it's a little bit bigger, 37.5, which gives you extra space here at the top and at the side, and might first not look like a lot, but it really gives the monitor a superior feel towards its smaller cousins from the 21:9 aspect ratio range. Then also very nice, connecting the MacBook Pro. It charges your MacBook, and you have, in my opinion, more options to select different sizes and scaled options. So you can really nicely regulate how big your icons and the fonts are. If you make everything a little bit smaller, obviously you will get even more space. If you make it a little bit bigger, you will lose a little bit space. But the important thing, you can change it to your preference. Some monitors, like an LG I did recently, they couldn't do that. So that's a thing to consider. Then also particularly awesome is that the monitor is great for Mac users as well as for Windows users. And I tested it also for gaming, which worked exceptionally well for gaming. Then the only downside I could imagine with this ASUS Designo is it's not height adjustable. Please keep that in mind, it's not height adjustable. But other than that, you also have the built-in Harman Kardon sound, which works very nice. I mean, if you switch off all your computers and this monitor is in standby, you can still, if it's paired with your phone, play music from your phone, use the built-in speakers. That's a nice feature. If you have a modern phone with the wireless charging feature, with the key wireless charging feature, you can put this on here, charge your phone. So all in all, a great monitor, a little bit more of a premium product. I enjoy this a lot. And yeah, I encourage you to check out more monitors if you want to on my channel page. There's a dedicated playlist called Computer Monitors. And I think awesome for tuning in. Let me know about other questions you have, and I see you in the next video, and a subscriber. And because you just watched one of my reviews, you might also be interested in comparing the products that I just showed you against, for example, this LG Ultrawide 4K monitor, which is a 21:9 aspect ratio. So normally the displays all have 16:9, but the Ultrawides give you some extra flexibility, and especially the curved ones are great for gaming. But I'm more a video editing guy. Awesome for tuning in. I see you as a subscriber, and in the next video. Take care.